Hello, and thank you for watching Out and About in North Miami. I'm your host, Pam Solomon. Today, we're so fortunate to have Lucia Gonzalez from the North Miami Public Library here with us to tell us all of the exciting things happening at the very heart of our community, the North Miami Public Library. Lucia, thank you for joining us on the show today.
A great pleasure of mine to be here.
And Lucia, to start off, I'd like for you to really introduce yourself to the North Miami community. Our viewers at home may not have had the chance to meet you yet, but you've brought so much energy to the library. You're such an amazing person. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and what you've brought to the North Miami Public Library.
I have been working with libraries for the past 25, 30 years, and mostly in children's services. I am a children's librarian by profession, and I became a librarian when I was working for the Miami-Dade Public Library System way back in the 1980s.
Right.
And graduated from library school from the University of South Florida in Tampa. I was, at the time, my first library job with Miami-Dade was in a program called Imagination Factory, which was just storytelling, taking storytelling to the schools and connecting children and books and reading through the art of storytelling. It was a wonderful opportunity to train myself as a storyteller and as a children's librarian and to get to know all the schools in Miami-Dade.
Absolutely.
At the time. From then on, I continued going up the professional ladder. I then moved into administration and programming. I have been very, very much active in programming of libraries. At the time in Miami-Dade, I used to be coordinator of all programs for adult children and teenagers.
Wow, that's a lot.
For all at the time they had 38 libraries.
Right.
Now they have something like 50 libraries.
Right.
But I'm talking 1990s, 2000, 2003. From Miami-Dade, I saw an opportunity to be a coordinator of children's services in Broward. I changed to Broward County Public Libraries, and I was there from 2003 until 2009 as coordinator of children's services and overseeing everything that related to family literacy, outreach services, and of course, youth services. I took a break for a couple of years writing. I am also an author of children's books published by Scholastic and Children's Book Press, and then came back into the library field as the manager of the North Miami Public Library. Back to my community. I came to the United States in 1970 and moved to Miami, North Miami. That was my first community and my first public library. So it's a very good feeling that now I am coming back to librarianship as the manager of the library that was my first public library when I was 12 years old.
Absolutely, you've really done the circle of life, and we're glad to have you back here in North Miami. It's really great to have a hands-on administrator taking the library through to the next era. And speaking of era, I know the era of technology is, of course, upon us, and we have some photos of a new project that you brought to the library to upgrade the technology of the library and the whole system of the way the library checks out books. And as our viewers at home can see, what are we looking at here, Lucia?
We're looking at a very, very old computer and everything that relates to it. A lot of us don't even remember seeing. A lot of the young generation haven't even seen that type of equipment. That's what I walked in when I came into the North Miami Library and realized that that had to be a priority. We needed to upgrade the way we function internally, our technology, in order to serve our public better and be up to date and current. So that was my first project. I was lucky to get the support to move ahead with it. And now we don't have that old equipment anymore in the background. We have expanded our services so much, and people that are used to using the library now, they realize that they can go online from home and access our collection.
Absolutely.
They can not only check out to see whether they all find their own records in the computer, they can access their own records. They can place holds on books. If we don't have them, they can reserve them. If we have them on the shelf, they can place a hold and come to the library, and the book is there ready for them to get. It's expanded really the way we provide services.
Absolutely. You really made a great leap forward with the new technology. And as our viewers at home could see, we have really old technology there that we were able to bring up. And there you see one of our library staff, or our IT staff actually, disconnecting the old So out with the old and in with the new.
That was the day we pulled the plug on our old system.
And
And then what you saw there was the day we came live.
Right.
The system is called Polaris Integrated Services, and it also changed the way we conduct business inside. You know, it's made it so much easier for our staff to do everything internally.
Absolutely, and in the days of government efficiency, you know, less money to work with in terms of overall government, it's certainly welcome to work more efficiently and not have to duplicate services in the library. So, and I hear that you also are working on a new project with the IT department coming soon with the Wi-Fi technology, correct?
We have a lot of surprises for the community. Well, one of the basic needs that I saw was we don't have Wi-Fi when I got there. What do you mean we don't have Wi-Fi? We need to get Wi-Fi. And again, we've been lucky, and I thank for the support that I received to the initiatives. We are going to be able to have Wi-Fi finally at the North Miami Public Library. We will be offering it coming this spring.
Great. That's a really a welcome opportunity for people to bring their laptops and be able to, you know, work on their projects. For anywhere from middle school students after school to be able to work on their projects, all the way up to adults just wanting to read, you know, look online, search online, and everything. So that's great. And I know you have computer access for those that are at home do not have computer access. The library still has computer access for those that wish. How does that work?
Right now we have 21 or 24 computers access for public use. They come to the library, they reserve the computer, and they get to use it for 1 hour. We have computers that are used for shorter time. If they just want a quick check their email, we have 30-minute computers. Those computers, again, for people that go to the library and they're used to coming to the library, they're pretty old. And that's another surprise that's coming up. We will be able to renovate our equipment, and that will also be very an improvement on the services we provide. It
is very hard to stay ahead of the curve in technology because it's so changing. What we buy now, 3 months from now, is almost, you know, obsolete in terms of the capability and the speed that it even, you know, runs in terms of the internet and everything. But to use those type of services, do you need a library card?
Well, to use the computers, you need a library card because by getting a library card, you are saying that you agree and you abide by the rules of the library and internet access policy of the library. So we do require a library card. It's very easy to get a library card, and it doesn't cost any money.
It's the smartest card to have in your wallet.
There you go.
How do we get a library card?
Well, we need customers to bring in with an ID, a picture ID, and something that proves their address. It could be an electric bill, it could be a telephone bill, piece of mail address to them, something that shows that they live at that location. In the case of a child, the child qualifies for a library card. They need to come with a parent. The parent needs to show their proof of address and identification.
Very good.
And that's it.
Are you able to register online yet for a library card?
Yes. That's another one of the advantages. I almost forgot. You can register online. You can just access our website, and correct me if I am wrong, it's www.northmiamifl.gov/departments/library.
They've actually shortened it for you guys, and it's northmiamifl.gov/library. So
there you go.
Just look for the library on northmiamifl.gov, and you'll be able to access the online services, which is what you were talking about with the reserving books, and also I didn't realize you could register for the library card, so that's good.
You can register for a library card. You just go online, fill in the application, complete it, and then when you walk into the library, all you have to do is show your ID. We pull your record that you completed from your home computer and give you the library card on the spot.
Now, do you have to be a North Miami resident to have a North Miami library card?
Well, if you're a North Miami resident, you qualify for a card. If you are a resident of the North Miami Beach, of Hialeah, and Miami-Dade County and unincorporated areas, you qualify for a library card from our libraries.
Okay, very good. So, and you can check out any location's books through the reciprocal borrowing program?
We have a reciprocal borrowing agreement with the three localities that I just mentioned: Miami-Dade County Library, Hialeah Public Library, North Miami Beach Library, in which our residents are able to get library cards from their libraries.
Perfect.
And
access their
their
collection.
residents are also able to get library card from our library.
That's very good. It just gives you more access to more information, and that's a great opportunity.
It is a wonderful opportunity, especially now in an age in which virtuality is so important. We don't have e-books, for example.
Right.
But Miami-Dade County has
Right.
e-books. If you're a resident of North Miami, you get a library card from one of Miami-Dade public libraries. With your library card, you access their system, and there you go.
You
You're
can
able
check out ebooks.
to check out ebooks.
That's really,
See?
it's all about connections.
Exactly.
And talking about connections, I know the programs at the North Miami Public Library are always fabulous. They're always free for the community, and you're able to pull that off with assistance from some of the groups that work in the library, and we'll talk about those organizations. But tell us about some of the ongoing programs that you host throughout the month, and also what you have planned for the future.
We have ongoing programs for children, for adults, for teens. We try to cover the entire community, the diversity not only of age, but also cultural diversity and diversity of interests in the community. We have, for example, every Wednesday at 6:30, we have story times for children and families. It's very important. For us, it's very important that families come together in the library because, again, reading is a skill that you acquire by imitation. And if the children see the parents coming and sharing the joy of books and reading with them, you know, it's going to motivate them to want to read and check out books. So that family story hour is very important for us.
Right.
That's every Wednesday at 6:30. We also have every Tuesday yoga, absolutely free. If you like yoga, come to the library and you can have free yoga at the library. It's a very popular program. We have on Thursdays, we have Tai Chi also. Again, it's a free program open to the public, to the community. We have tutoring that goes on. We have a program called Robust Readers.
Right.
And parents need to sign their children for that program. It's ongoing. It's a register, pre-register the children because they have limited number of children that can participate.
Right, and that helps you because you're able to track the reading proficiency of those students throughout the time in the program, so you're able to kind of model the program in the future. So that's the reason for the registration, I'm sure. We also have photos from recent activities that you did called the Family Read Alouds, and I know you worked hard with the media specialists from local schools to make that happen. Tell us more about those.
Well, that's a partnership with the public schools, the feeder pattern they called, the North Miami Public Schools, and it came out as a reading initiative called North Miami Reads. And you may want to talk a little bit about North Miami Reads. You may know a little bit more than I do. But part of it, it's bringing the families to the library. So we invited the schools to partner with each other and present programs at the library. The media specialists at the library, they do the read aloud, they select favorite books, and they share with the families. We provide the venue, refreshment for the parents. It's been very successful. We've had audiences of over 200 that come to the library, and it's also open to the community because it's on Wednesdays at 6:30. So we also invite the members of the community to come and enjoy the reading.
Absolutely, and it's a great opportunity to bring those out there that haven't, known about the North Miami Public Library to the library and learn about the services that you're able to provide. And Lucia, as you were talking about the North Miami Reads program, I know that was an initiative put forward by the Quality Education Advisory Board, and the city has a lot of advisory boards that work in certain areas in business, and this one works in education. And it was thought to promote literacy, and then that's when you came on board to foster that relationship with the local schools. So it's so important for you as the manager of the library to have those connections with the media specialists at the local schools, because they're seeing the children on a daily basis, and they have more access to families through that. So it was really a great opportunity. I know you've brought so far over 600 people to the library through that program.
And sometimes a lot of the parents that participate in the program when they came to that family read aloud, that was the first time they came to our library. And so it was amazing to see the parents from different areas of our community coming to the library, discovering the public library, discovering the services that the public library has to offer.
Absolutely, and I know it's about partnerships, like we were saying, partnering with the local schools, but also you host some adult programming where the library is partnered with the North Miami Historical Society and the Arch Creek Trust to do some events, and I know we have photos of a recent event that you held with local historian Seth Bramson, and I know Seth has come out to the library many times to give talks on local history, and those are quite popular. Tell us a little more about those type of programs and what you've done with the partnerships.
With the Historical Society, Seth Branson's program was very popular. We had over 100 people come to that program. He talked about the history of the railroad, Flagler, and all that. It was very interesting. He's a wonderful speaker. And it was also the same day that the program was airing at with the PBS.
Right.
And our audiences at the library were watching the documentary, and then they had a chance to speak with Seth, who was the author of the book.
Right.
And so that was a wonderful program. We've had other programs like that. We had one on Viva Florida, which was about the history of Florida, and several programs for adults. Partnerships work always because brings people to the library that otherwise wouldn't come through their organizations.
Very good, very good. And since the library is so close to North Miami Middle School, North Miami Senior High School, what have you done? Tell us more about how you work with teens in the area.
We love teens because they help us so much. I mean, it's a mutual relationship that we establish with our teens in the community.
Right.
We open the doors always for their volunteering. They need to put in community hours.
That's right.
So we welcome them. We have a program in place for them to come and do community hours at the library.
Absolutely.
It's a learning opportunity for them because we require, it's like a job, a training. They're in training for a real job when they get out into the real world. They also learn about Dewey Decimal. They learn about, they shelf books. They provide program support, everything. They're like our staff.
Right.
And we love them. And we also learn a lot from them because we serve teens, and working with them allows to learn from them.
Right.
What are teens, what are their needs, what are the programs that they are interested in, and so on. So it's a very beneficial, mutually beneficial relationship that we have.
Absolutely, and I know they're taking us into the information age because, I grew up in the age where it was kind of, computers were new. It was a new phenomena, and now I can't imagine some of the teens that I work with sometimes in the community, they can't imagine not having a computer or not having access to information like that. So how does municipal libraries, like yourself, compete with that information age, with that access to information where everyone's on Twitter and Facebook and just getting information 140 characters at a time? Where do libraries fit in this era of our lives?
Like before in other eras, and I always like to say that libraries in communities are equalizers. Not all the members of our community have access to technology, to the new technologies. And libraries come in as equalizers because we provide that which otherwise, that connection, because otherwise they wouldn't have access to it. So we have the computers available and so on. But young people think that they can find everything in the computer, but they cannot. They need, like they need it with the books, exactly the same way they need professional guidance. There's all kinds of information.
Right.
But you need to be discerning.
Right, and find the right information.
And find the right information. There are resources that are not available just through Google, like a lot of the databases, a lot of the periodicals online and so on, that's still not available. If they need a magazine article and they go on Google, they're not going to find it. If they use the services of the library, and we can take them to the specific resources, we have all the electronic databases available through the state library.
Right.
All the magazines, all the journals that they need to access available. It's a service that we provide. And so they still should come through us for quality of information, not for quantity, but quality of information.
Very good. And that's what librarians do. They can give you that connection to the information that you're exactly looking for. So instead of staying home and researching on the computer for 4 hours, you go to the library, find exactly what you're looking for, and move on.
That's what we're trained for.
Very good. You are the link to the information that we need. So thank you, Lucia, for making that point, because it is true. And especially for our young people at home, you know, we want them to be involved in the library. You have the opportunity to volunteer at the North Miami Public Library to really give back to the community and also learn at the same time. It's a great opportunity to do that. And what are some of the upcoming events that you're planning for the library? What do you have on deck, so to speak, that you're now looking forward to implementing?
I'm looking forward to a very successful summer reading program. I want to engage the entire community in reading, not only the children, again, but the adults, the teenagers.
Absolutely.
It's reading as a community activity throughout the summer. And I want the library to be that center, you know, in the community where they all come together to enjoy books, to enjoy reading, to find out, you know, to satisfy their curiosity about the world through reading. We have activities planned throughout the summer. Every day we have some sort of activity, whether it's arts and crafts or story hours, every single day during the summer for the children that are going to be off from school.
Absolutely.
Ongoing activities.
Keep those minds running.
Exactly. We will have special programs once a week.
Right.
For special programs like guest authors for Meet the Author. We will have, you know, the typical like magic shows, dance troupe, theater performance, special programs to enrich the cultural life of the community, to expose children to art forms that otherwise perhaps they wouldn't be exposed, and to awake their curiosity to know more.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
and then
great.
for that, we have the books.
Right. And it's all free.
And the computers. And it's all free.
It's all free. You don't.
Also coming up in May, we will have, during our story times on Wednesdays at 6:30, we will dedicate it to a celebration of Haitian culture.
Okay.
At 6:30 every Wednesday, we will have our story times dedicated to IT.
Very nice, and that's because of Haitian Heritage Month.
Exactly.
We celebrate throughout the month of May here in North Miami, and I know you've done some fantastic programs with not just the Haitian Heritage Month, but culturally throughout the year, celebrating all of our diversity here in North Miami. So you're off to a great start.
I do have to say that the library is like the universe, and everything comes together in the library, and there's something for everybody in the library.
Absolutely.
And we're there to represent the community in its entirety and to show each other how we belong to the same world, representing the diversity that we have in our North Miami community.
Very good. And I know we spoke about teen volunteers, but there may be some adults that are watching at home that, you know, have some free time. They're maybe retired or maybe work part-time that want to come out and help you out at the library. How does anyone get involved?
Well, just like we love our teens, we love our volunteers. We need our volunteers.
Absolutely, yes.
We invite the members of our community to come to the North Miami Library to help us with programs, donating books. We have annual book sales, ongoing book sale, and that helps us raise funds for programs. So it's very important. Volunteers are the heart of the library, and those people in the community, the members of the community that have the time to volunteer, to give an hour, 2 hours a week, come to the library and volunteer.
And I know you have a very active Friends organization. The Friends of the North Miami Public Library have done a lot in terms of programming, allowing you, doing fundraising to allow the library the opportunity to bring free programming to the library. Tell us more about the Friends.
Yeah, we have a wonderful group of friends. They meet the second Saturday of every month at 10 in the morning, and they raise funds for all the wonderful programs that we're able to bring. North Miami Library is blessed by a wonderful group of friends. They care about the community, they care about the children, they care about bringing quality programs, quality books, a good collection to the North Miami Library. They love the North Miami Library, and we cherish them and we love them. And it is my hope to see the Friends of the North Miami Library grow, and I would like to invite people to come and join the Friends, be a friend of the library.
And how do you become a friend? I mean, do you have to come to all the meetings, or can you just volunteer during the week to do some things or participate in the fundraisers? Are there dues that
There are
you pay?
dues. It's $5
That's a great
to
bargain.
join the Friends per year, and then you become part of the group and communicate with the president of the Friends, Ms. Sharon Sprisa, and yeah, and just you can volunteer at the annual book sale. You can volunteer by making donations to the library in terms of books or things that can be sold at the book sale.
Right.
Volunteer your time, or just be part of the friend of the wonderful group that supports the library.
Very good. And I know the Friends have done some fabulous work in conjunction with the library staff to really put the best foot forward of the library to the community, and they're the funding base for a lot of those community type programs that we spoke about today. So Lucia, do you have any final comments for us on to wrap up the show?
Well, I don't know if I have not covered everything.
We covered a lot. We covered a lot.
Yeah, I just want to invite those watching the show to come and visit us at the library, and to ask, if they want to volunteer, ask if we can help. There's so much that we provide, services like finding, applying for jobs. Some people will come to the library, apply for job.
Right.
We have a very friendly staff at the library. Extremely helpful staff at the library. So don't be shy, come to the library and participate in the programs.
Well, very good, Lucia. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, because I know our viewers at home really learned a lot about the types of services offered at the library, and there's so much more to come with the energy that you have behind all the initiatives that you're putting together. And we hope those of you watching at home really take note, come out to visit us at the North Miami Public Library. We're open Monday through, actually Sunday through Saturday.
We're open Monday through Thursday from 11:30 to 8.
Okay.
We're open Friday and Saturday from 9:30 to 5. And then we're open on Sundays. And I think that right now we're just about the only library that's open on Sundays.
Right, exactly.
From
Budget
1 to 5.
Very good. So please come out to the North Miami Public Library during our hours of operation. If we're closed, you can always log on to northmiamifl.gov/library to find out more about upcoming events and programs being offered at the library. And as you see on the screen, that's where we're located, 835 Northeast 132nd Street, here in the heart of our city of North Miami, All America City. We hope you will come out to visit us soon, take a part in what we're doing at the library, and participate in the summer programming, and just get out and read. Come out to meet Lucia and her staff and get involved. Thank you again for watching Out and About in North Miami, and we hope to see you here on NOMI TV 77 soon.